The former Oakland apartments here on 9th Street have been here since 1889 and survived 4 fires, 3 near teardowns, and now 3 winters without a roof or windows. But the developers here are determined to spruce this place up.
This was in a row of other buildings like this, and this is the kind of the last one standing here.
The Oakland apartments on 9th Street seem to have 9 lives.
When it burned, it went up into the roof, between the ceiling and the roof.
This fire 3 years ago left the 130-year-old building roofless and damaged. And for years, developers have shied away from the project.
It has some of its original pieces that had just been like carpeted and layered over.
But John Kistler and his partner think the city's first ever apartment building is worth rescuing. They bought the building for $400,000 in April.
Even some of the burnt timbers, we're going to be able to use those in furniture and in vanities so that we can continue to tell the story about this building.
And it's a long and winding story.
A lot of renovations have occurred over the last 130 years.
When you start to look around, you notice little interesting pieces. For instance, this building actually predates electricity itself. This is actually a gas line for a gas lamp.
It was glorious luxury apartments, but then in the Great Depression, they got split up into from 6 to 24 really tiny apartments.
The building went through another overhaul in the 50s.
There are elements from all of those times of its life. Like this is an old farmhouse sink that they had in here in the 50s.
The estimated cost to restore the 24 studio units is about $3 million. But with permit flexibility from the city, Kistler plans to spend a fraction of that.
In order to save these old buildings, the city has to cooperate with people who are willing to take on these projects.
Walk the halls here and you'll find pieces of the past scattered around.
When they added electricity to this house, when everybody started getting electricity, they wanted to keep them, you know, with all the modern amenities. So they put electrical wires through this building, but didn't insulate them at all. This is just a split in the wire where they like shot off. This isn't even in a junction box. This is just wires taped together. It's really remarkable that this place didn't burn down long before it did. It's indicative of a different place and time. It's indicative of a different way people lived back then.
Now Kistler is the caretaker of those precious links to the past.
This is a super stout building, and I think it deserves to hang around because it survived so much. I am sentimental, but I think it's also important too.
Here on the rooftop of the former Oakland apartments, you can see just how far the city has come. Glass and steel built up just about every way you turn. Developers here want to add this building to the National Registry of Historic Places to prove once and for all that this place matters. Reporting in Minneapolis, Erin Hassanzadeh, WCCO 4 News.